Our ceremony continues with our student speakers. We now honor the Salutatorian for this class of 2017, a four-time academic letter winner, a member of the National Honor Society, and recognized as a student of excellence. When her teachers were asked about her, they commented on her work ethic, creativity, and unique approach. Succeeding well beyond the classroom, Anna is highly talented and an outstanding performer. Filling her time with band, choir, and drama, she is completely at home on the stage. She is also excellent in mentoring and supporting younger actors and actresses. She's the daughter of Michael and Renee and is headed to the College of St. Benedict this fall. Congratulations to our salutatorian of the class of 2017, Anna Zeleny. Joining Anna on the platform is the valedictorian of this senior class. It's my pleasure to introduce Hunter Rakuski. Hunter has made excellence in the classroom a habit. He also has been recognized on the A Honor Roll, earning academic letters 4 times, National Honor Society member, and also a student of excellence. Beyond his athletic abilities and accomplishments, each of his teachers recognized and comment on the fact that he prioritizes academics over athletics. Teachers here applauded his intrinsic motivation, his positive spirit, his willingness to take risks, and his quiet confidence. He's willing to laugh at himself, and to a person, they compliment his ability to work with others and his rare sense of humility. The son of Carla Peterson Levine and Kurt Rakuski, he'll be going to school this fall at the University of Minnesota. Congratulations and welcome to the stage, class of 2017 valedictorian, Hunter Rakuski.
I've never been good at this stuff, I'm sorry. It's gonna be low. All right. Class of 2017, congratulations and welcome to the opening ceremony to the next chapter of your life. Before I get ahead of myself, I would like to take a moment to recognize family, faculty, and other mentors who have been more than instrumental in making this accomplishment possible. So, if you don't know me very well, there's one thing you should know. I'm not very good at telling stories. Most of the time, I get distracted or tell them in the wrong order while focusing on irrelevant details. Beside the point, I will now entertain you with a story. Once upon a time, a young musician, 25 to be exact, was called upon to be a substitute for a widely publicized concert at Carnegie Hall with the New York Philharmonic. If you know nothing about music, Carnegie Hall is nearly equivalent to going to the Super Bowl for musicians. The catch, he had less than 24 hours to prepare for the significant concert featuring music he was unfamiliar with. This was Leonard Bernstein, in his unexpected debut concert at Carnegie. Later, Bernstein was renowned for saying, "To achieve great things, 2 things are needed, a plan and not quite enough time." If you will bear with me for the next few minutes, I'm going to attempt to apply this to our situation tonight. Brace yourselves. While I was grappling with how to write an entertaining speech about whatever the heck a salutatorian is a type of lettuce I'm sure about at this time. You can quote me. I realized I had a problem with my pivotal quote, great things. How does one define greatness? The overused in speeches and infamous Webster Dictionary defines it as the quality of being great, distinguished, or eminent. But in reality, greatness isn't always getting the first place. Sorry. The highest position of power or the highest score. How our culture describes greatness can be more of a limitation than accomplishment, because even when we reach these societal definitions, there is always human nature to contend with. What Bernstein regards as great things is different for each individual. Now, as I have vaguely defined great things without actually defining it, I would like to draw on the two necessary components which Bernstein also mentioned, a plan and a lack of time. I don't know about you, but most of the time I don't necessarily make a step-by-step plan each morning about how I will go about my day achieving my goals. I have my doubts that Bernstein did so as well. A plan, which he so refers to, can stand for anything which motivates you to achieve your goals. Last, not quite enough time. Probably my most recurrent statement in high school. I don't think there's much I need to expand upon to fit the four words to everyone's situation, other than elucidating. We never know how much time we have. Make a plan to be a better person, to love others unconditionally, and express gratitude. Make a plan to not let life pass you by, to make mistakes, yet remain diligent. Class of 2017, dare to disturb the universe in your individual search for greatness.
All right, I just want to start off by thanking everyone for being here tonight. I'm extremely privileged to be here in front of all of you today. Being named the Valedictorian of the class of 2017 is a revered honor I do not take lightly. Over the course of 4 years, we have all experienced change in one form or another. Whether it was making new friends, joining a new club or sport, or even understanding something about yourself you didn't know before, with time, we have all endured change in our lives. The change that I want to bring to your attention to today is the change that we undergo within ourselves. As relationships come and go, memories pile up, and time carries on, we begin to ask ourselves, who am I? Who do I want to be? These questions may seem difficult to answer at first thought, but the answer to them is simple: yourself. You are simply yet complexly yourself, and I'm going to put into words for you today why wanting to be yourself is so direly important right now and in the future. Renowned poet and essay writer Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." I think all of us here today can agree that being ourselves is not always as easy as it sounds. We are all surrounded by expectations and standards that makes it so difficult for us to feel our own way and be our own selves. For example, you're a senior in high school, you need to get a job to save money for college, You have to pass all of your classes to graduate. Be sure to stay healthy and maintain a social life on top of all of your classwork, etc., etc. Sure, all of these standards and expectations have good intentions, but do they ultimately serve the best interest of one's self-fulfillment? These expectations derive from sources other than ourselves, such as our peers, our parents, and school itself. We feel like we are constantly trying to satisfy the desires of others and never seem to have time to acknowledge our own passions. We are not living our lives for ourselves. We are living in the shadow of someone else or conforming to a life we do not want to live. So why is it important to live under your own influence rather than someone else's? Well, for me, this lesson was learned the hard way, to put it plainly. In the spring of my junior year, I made a mistake that continued to affect the latter half of my high school career. Rather than allowing the repercussions of this mistake control how I live my life, I ignored all of the prejudice and the labels and asked myself, do their opinions really matter? This question took some time to digest, as all of the misconceived rumors and all of the insolent glances I received flooded into my memory. Eventually, I came to the realization that my own opinion of myself is what actually matters. With every obstacle you encounter, you are posed with the question, am I going to let this get the best of me? Or am I going to use this opportunity to change myself for the better? Under Ralph Waldo Emerson's advice, being yourself in a world that is constantly trying to get the best of us is the greatest accomplishment. So why settle for just going with the flow? Don't we all want to feel accomplished in this life? If you truly want to be successful, you need to understand that when you're faced with one obstacle, another will come. No matter where your future endeavors take you, I assure you that you will find yourself handling another obstacle in life. And you will be afraid to make mistakes during the process. Who isn't? Mistakes enable opportunities. They are the gateway for one's self-fulfillment. They allow you to find yourself, build yourself, and be yourself. At this point, you might be asking yourself, who is this kid to tell me how to live my life? Well, unfortunately, I do not have an answer to that question, but I can tell you that once you have established your own standards and want to be yourself, the next step is understanding who that person is. 10 years from now, we will all be following our own individual paths, whether it be an engineer, a traveler, a nurse, or a musician. We will all follow our own passion. Despite the differences in our paths, there remains a constant in the roots of all of our journeys, the desire for success and happiness. Success and happiness develop within yourself. Your peers, your parents, and your school may impact them, but essentially your own success and happiness do not derive from these factors. Once you acknowledge this principle, you are already one step closer to Emerson's greatest accomplishment. To unlock these virtues, you have to ask yourself one simple question every time you face a decision in life. What is it that I truly want? Ultimately, what you want is what serves the best interests of your self-fulfillment, not what everyone else wants or expects from you. Understanding your own passions and desires reveals your hidden potential. You are defying conformity and embracing individuality. This is the essence of Ralph Waldo Emerson's greatest accomplishment. To be accomplished is to be original, to be happy, and to be self-fulfilled. Your own opinion of yourself and your ability to be yourself are what will take you places in life. Allowing people to place a label on you is not living your own life, it is living under theirs. Success does not derive from relying on the expectations and opinions of others. It derives from being yourself and establishing your own expectations and standards. To establish these, you have to acknowledge your own desires and attain them. No one else can attain them for you, only you yourself can. That is why being yourself is such an important aspect to success. So for you, class of 2017, no matter how many relationships come and go, how many memories pile up, or how much time carries on, always keep it real with yourself.